Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. So we're just about to go ahead and take a look at the latest turn for the Marianas campaign, which is going to be a lot of fun. We are going to see here more than likely combat, which that's it's going to be interesting. I do worry, of course I do worry. It's one of these things, isn't it? Any engagement does have a chance to go badly. But of course we are playing as the mighty United States Navy, so we do definitely have a degree of versatility that these... Well, it's definitely not found in the Imperial Japanese Navy. I don't know why I want to say Imperial Japanese. Oh god. Okay, so of course we are moving south of the carriers, within range of the Marianas, to actually conduct a naval strike. I'm hoping that will play a decisive role here. Okay, the cod there. She does miss with the torpedoes, but it does reveal the presence of certain ships in the area. We do see another possible patrol boat or convoy. Okay, we are seeing depth charges dropped over here. A little bit of damage there, control room flooding. The Maishima is actually doing quite well there, but only a light damage inflicted there, just the one hit. Still, any damage is bad, but that's not too bad there. I can deal with that. Cod can deal with that. Hello, there we go, Bonefish. Bonefish fails. That is a shame, actually. We have no idea what was on board that ship there, but ideally we'll pick up the Hosho Maru. It's unfortunate that we didn't actually pick that hit up there. We can definitely see ships moving here. Definitely see ships moving. So it might be the right time to potentially move around Marianas to south here, maybe. We'll have to see. Ah, there we go. The Hosho Maru has been picked up once again by the Bonefish. Come on, let's see if we can actually get in there. Escort abandons the search for a submarine. Okay. Ah. Elects not to launch torpedoes at this target. That is a shame. But I suppose it's for their own survival. Okay, so we do see a patrol boat here. I believe this is a ASW attack on our submarine, perhaps? Yeah, sub-attack, okay. So the captain elects not to launch torpedoes. Understandable, really. So we know that is now a patrol boat force, then that's good to know. Okay. Yeah, we do see quite a few ships out there at sea. 3 task forces then. I do wonder what they are. We know that the one closest to Babal is in fact a patrol boat. We saw one with the Hosho Maru. Now we go shooting down. Yep, Jakes. Shot down a H6K4, I do believe, as well. Okay. It seems like we are causing damage here as well, actually, which is quite nice. Okay, so we can see there that he's elected to spread out his actual submarines there. That's intriguing. The good news is that we're able to keep a track of them. It looks like he went for a very... Would you call it cautious? No, I'd say it's, I think he's preempted us to move in a different direction, so obviously he's deployed his submarines in such a way as to allow him to cover that area. Thankfully, we're able to actually move in close enough to avoid those submarines. Yeah, landing barge there hit. They're doing a hell of a good job there. Will we see some true airstrikes then? Interesting. I do wonder if it is indeed the weather there, maybe. So we do see the fact that our aircraft are engaging with the enemy. They have caused damage over here. I do not know how much damage has been caused. They've reported hits, but it's not quite what I was expecting there. I was expecting a actual proper raid. But even so, we're in a good position now. We know there's ships out here. it may be potentially better for us to move this way to actually deal with the ships that are heading in there. So we'll go ahead and take a look at the situation on the ground as is. So once more into the minor problems, major solutions. Be interesting to take a look at what's going on here. Get to grips with it, so to say. So we'll go ahead and take a look at the operations report here then. Yep, there we go. VF-51 is credited with kill number 2 there. Now, we did shoot down. Japanese motor gunboat reported hit, okay. So, Helldiver from VB2 spots the Japanese AMC landing barge. This is the TBM 1C Adventure from VT8, VT15. VB14 has spotted a 14 M Type D. Right, so it's landing boat there, reported hit. Reported hit there on the Subchaser. Reported hit. Reported hit over here as well on the AMC. We do see a Liberator does crash on landing. Another Liberator. Bloody hell, right, this Liberator is damaged on landing. So that is a PP4Y1 Liberator, so obviously reconnaissance. Do see a B-25C Mitchell is damaged on landing as well. Just that I do need to stand down the Air Force. Okay, we do hit another one over here as well. Japanese landing barge is hit. AMC reported hit. Submarine reported hit. They did a fantastic job there. Okay. Right then. As far as it goes then, what I'm going to do here then is... Let's see. So this is all land-based units. So I'm going to say all my land-based heavy bombers. Okay, so it's the F-78 Liberators. Okay, so all my heavy bombers here then. Well, my ground-based Dornuses can actually stand down. Stand down all on list, reactivate all on list. Okay. Righto. Aircraft are in good shape. I suppose what I'll do here then is we'll go in and we'll actually place in some rest. I think that'll work out fine. I know a lot of them are different ranges. I don't think in particular makes too much of a difference, really. And it does, but I don't need to affect it at the moment. It's fine. I'd rather them just carry on as they are. Right, and so that's the dive bombers, the level bombers. Aircraft are reaching a certain level of fatigue, aren't they? Okay. What I'm going to say then is, for the time being, I want all the squadrons to rest. I want them to recuperate. I want their aircraft to recover. Because soon we'll be moving over to Began, and I will want these airframes ready. Give our pilots time to rest, give the aircraft time to undergo some maintenance. There we go. So they're all on 100% rest. So obviously it's still the reconnaissance aircraft that are still flying out. F7As. I do have a couple of these guys in reserve, actually, so what I'm going to do is draw them into the actual pool there. Make up some of those numbers. Okay, let's see here. Unfortunately, I don't have anybody in this reserve. And again, these aircraft, I don't think they're even... they're based at Johnston. I'll let them recover. So rest, and then we can attempt to move them closer to the front line. Yeah, they have been undergoing a lot of... Ooh, that's a high amount of fatigue, isn't it? And I don't have any replacements in the pool, unfortunately. Okay. So we can see our landing forces over here, then. He does have some detection over some of these guys. Not all of them. You can see a Japanese submarine over here. Ah, right, okay. I do wonder if that one is actually damaged, perhaps. Right, then. So let's take a look at these numbers, then. Have they changed? So see a small amount of aircraft there. 22 fighters here. Okay, so he has transferred some fighters here and some bombers. So I do believe he's going to be looking at a strike in the near future. I think what we'll do here then is I could move to the south here. It's going to be a few days before these guys arrive, so I don't think I need to worry about too much. The good news is we do obviously have carriers over here, so we do obviously have aircraft of our own. We do have some heavy ships as well. We do have some battleships here. Yeah, we have 4 battleships there. 4 heavy cruisers, quite a few other cruisers as well. Plenty of destroyers. Obviously, they do have aircraft, so they are capable of looking after themselves. I think what we do here then is we take a look at how we can actually affect the operations in the Marianas. And a bold move might be potentially to move close towards the Marianas. I need to try and think of how we need to avoid this. But then again, if I stay at this sort of range, basically obviously make use of the aircraft as they are. Nah, that's not a bad idea. Now it's coming very close there. Okay, so if we take a look at that. Each hex along that line we're still within range. But we're still at such a range as to avoid the worst punishment that he could actually mete out through, well, use of his actual naval assets. I'd love to know what sort of damage we've actually inflicted there. But we're going to move down here to the south. The reason why we're doing this is so that I can actually interdict anything moving along here. So I think what we'll do then is we'll move up and around the islands. And then obviously meet back up with our forces on the northern end of the Marianas chain. I do have oilers moving out here as well. So we do have, yeah, we do have the ability to do this. To be honest, I'm half tempted to maybe take one of these smaller islands. As well, actually. None of them have an airfield. So it'd be one of these cases of it'd take me some time to build it up. Yeah, the other elements there. It's unfortunate because that's over 1,000 men, plus the equipment there, so it's a shame, but they'll make it into a naval talk, and then what I can do is have it shifted out from a naval talk in the near future. But we are starting to really see things increase in intensity. He's doing something down a truck, so we do see that there is in fact naval assets here. So we'll see what happens here. We might actually intercept some convoys, perhaps. You can see that the prediction here is clear skies. At the moment, over the Marianas. Yeah, okay, so that would explain quite a lot of things there. So we see stormy weather over Saipan, storms all over this area. Maybe it might have even been potentially storms over Guam. I think we did see storms over Guam last turn as well, actually, at least bad weather. But currently bad weather over the Marianas at this point in time. So that goes a long way to explain a lot of the actual, well, lack of attacks. Okay, you're moving up and down that chain. We weren't aware of the enemy moving, so it might be. And let's see here then. I want to see if I can match how they moved. I don't think I'll be able to do that. But I'll do something like this, and then we'll have this on control. So we did see something about this way here. He might be moving up and around the map there, out of my range there. Which is why I think we need to move through here, have a submarine actually conduct a heavy blockade of these islands. And we do have a very heavy blockade of the islands here directly. So we'll continue to maintain that. Is he aware of these forces? I don't think so. Yeah, we'll have to refuel soon. And look at all these auxiliary pairs. I mean, that is a lot. I mean, really, I need an island to make use of these guys. It's a question of, is it worthwhile to potentially land at Manus first? But what I'm going to do here is tell them to follow this task force, the Saipan one, which are going to head over that way. See, I can't do much there at Manus. Sorry, Marcus. It's only a level 1, which is still... It's not bad, is it really? It might be worthwhile to actually do take that island. The question is then, I'm actually diverting force to take an island. That's not really going to do me very good. I think the auxiliary pairs, I mean... We push them forward, but what good are they going to be doing in Iwatonk? If I can get them on the front lines, then I can make the greatest use of them, can't I? We do have some days, I believe, before the combined fleet shows up. So we'll see what we can do. We do have a large landing force, and if necessary, I can overcommit to take the island, to make sure we take the island very, very quickly. It might even be potentially worthwhile to send in this Saipan landing force, or even the Guam landing force, basically the largest force, to be able to take the island very quickly. Really just completely overpowered the defenders. Maximum effort with air power, bombardment. Well, not so much bombardment because I can't afford to rearm. But I think, I think we keep the carrier air group together at the moment. But the thing is, it's like I can move down this way. So we'll be moving to this position here, and then what we'll do is move here, move here, move here, sort of thing. Just basically do a pass around the Marianas. I'm almost daring him to hit out with his actual air power now. I'm hoping that I can actually run the attrition up there. It might even be that we potentially conduct an attack at Pililu, or potentially Babaldoab. I've got to figure out what his air power is. I've got to figure out how he plans to use it. But it's extremely interesting. It is definitely heated up in terms of what is going on here. Indeed, we'll have the air forces rest, but I need an island, and I think Pagan is our best bet. It might even be that we go for potentially down here, but I think this is the best bet. I think this would actually give us the most bang for our buck. We'd actually land there, gain a very large airfield, a nice sized port that could be expanded, and we'd be right there, on top of the Marianas. I think it's a bold strategy, but I'm hoping it will work. Now, we did shoot down some aircraft this turn as well. You can see here we shot down 2 Jakes, we shot down a Mavis. We did lose Helldiver, but that was to operational. We did lose a Commando, but that was obviously operational as well, and a Liberator to operational. So we have shot these guys down. We have shot the Mavis down as well. He doesn't have an infinite amount of these guys either. Okay, large landing force there together. I think it very well might be that we go hard in here. In terms of garrisons, it's between 8 to 9,000 men, something in that sort of region. There's 6,000 men over here on Saipan. But notice the fact that they have only 3 AFVs, they only have 102 guns. Well, over here they have 364 guns and 269 AFVs. Over here at Tinian they have 15,000 men, but only 72 guns and 34 AFVs. While as Guam, they have 36,000 men, which is a lot of men. 233 guns. So as far as it goes, Tinian has a larger garrison, more AFVs but less guns. Whilst Pagan has the smallest garrison as far as I can tell. Moderate. I mean, the second smallest amount of guns, the second lowest amount of guns, and the lowest amount of AFVs. We do see that the terrain is rough terrain. But it's one of these. I mean, rough jungle, they're both not exactly suited to the attacker, really. So we'll have to take it as it comes. But then again, we can hit that island. And ideally deal with it pretty quickly. I don't know what sort of supply he might have on that island, but we'll have to find out, really. But it'll be intriguing. I reckon this would be the best method, really. At the moment, I'm here trying to aim to take out ships in this area. Daring him almost. But we'll see. So as far as it goes for there, well, goes for the turn, there's not too much to be doing here. Things are ticking on quite nicely. And we'll go with that. So I'd like to say a big thank you here, ladies and gentlemen, for watching. I do hope you guys are excited for what is to come in the near future. So until next time, thank you and goodbye for now. If you've enjoyed this, please do consider becoming a patron. Really helps out myself and the channel to grow. Thank you and goodbye.